Prince Harry is undoubtedly a magnet for controversy, despite many people claiming he has been unjustly criticized or put through the ringer by the British press, or even other members of the royal family. It seems like celebrities lately keep calling him out for being a fake attention seeker. Hi, I'm Stacey Taylor, and today I'm counting down the top 10 celebrities speaking out against Prince Harry. So what do you think about Prince Harry? And let us know in the comments below. Coming at number 10 today, we have Howard Stern. Howard Stern is not holding anything back when it comes to his opinion on the Sussexes, especially when it comes to Prince Harry. When the 68-year-old radio personality spoke out about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's new Netflix docuseries, Harry and Meghan, during an episode of his Sirius XM show, he would say, "It's been painful. I wouldn't stay with it, but my wife, Beth Stern, wants to watch it, so you know, we have shows we watch, but they come off like such whiny bees." Howard would then go on to say, "I gotta tell you, man, I just don't get it, and honestly, I think we're just as confused as Howard, as the whole film was just old stories they have said in every single interview with no proof to back up their claims." While Howard did feel bad for Harry because he did lose his mother, Princess Diana, at such a young age, he definitely is not a big fan on how Meghan and Harry have gone about to tell their story on how things all went wrong and why they have chosen to walk away from their royal duties. Stern would also go on to say, "When those two start whining about wah, they don't like me and she wants to be beloved in this country, but man, oh man, you know, it's just very weird to watch two people who keep screaming, we want our privacy, we wanted the press to leave us alone, and what is their special they put on Netflix showing you them and their kids and their life? It's like the Kardashians, except boring." Number 9, Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan has made his feelings very clear on Prince Harry's latest tell-all interviews, calling them delusional, paranoid, and pathetic. This would come after Harry spoke with ITV, Tom Bradby, and CNN's Anderson Cooper on Sunday night about the revelations in his new autobiography, Spare. The book, officially launched on Tuesday, would reveal a number of revelations, like the time William and Harry had a confrontation over Meghan, and William pushed Harry to the ground. When Harry sat down with ITV on Sunday after the interview, Piers was definitely not impressed, and he would head to Twitter to say, "Never seen an unhappier happy man in my life. Prince Harry's bitter, delusional, paranoid, family trashing, half-wit exposing and exploiting the royals' most personal secrets for gazillion, while is wanging on with jaw-dropping hypocrisy about media intrusion. He's pathetic." With Harry speaking to Bradby about his current relationship with the royal family in his upcoming book release, when he was asked whether he was looking back too much, Harry would say, "We always knew that these two projects, both the Netflix documentary and the book, one being our story and one very much being my story, they were look-back projects, and I'm sure once Piers finishes reading his book, he's only gonna have a lot more to say about Harry's story." Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Coming at number 8, we have Dan Wootton. Dan Wootton has had enough of Harry's deranged campaign against media devils in the royals, as he believed Harry is trying to destroy Charles, Camilla, and William over leaks and briefings. In a column posted to the Daily Mail, Dan would say that the fairy tale goes that this selfish couple were forced to smash relations with the British royal relatives and flee the country because of a vicious briefing campaign launched against them, even seeing the press conspire with the institution and senior members of the royal family to drive out such a popular pair, and that the narrative was actually really deranged. Dan would also go on to note that the story was invented and designed by sniveling Harry and fake Meghan to avoid taking any of their own behavior, including credible claims of bullying against staff by the American diva. At the end of the article, Dan would then note that enough is enough, and it's time for the woke media to stop giving the Duke of Sussex an easy ride and realize that the damage he is causing to democracy with his falsehoods, distortion, and deranged attacks designed to cause further damage to freedom of the press in Britain. Number 7, Candace Owens. Candace Owens has finally entered the chat, and it was kind of shocking to see what she had to say about the revelations in Prince Harry's new memoir, Spare. The controversial political commentator decided to weigh in on Harry's new memoir, in which the Duke of Sussex has made some major bombshell remarks about the tension between him and the British royal family. On Sunday, after Harry's interview with ITV, Candace would head to her Instagram account to say, Meghan putting pregnancy tests next to locks of Prince Diana's hair, plus asking for private moments at Diana's gravesite to speak to her, are not things to laugh at. Instead of laughing, Candace would call Meghan's behavior terrifyingly psychopathic and manipulative actions. Candace would then go on to conclude that Meghan is dangerous before noting through a hashtag that the Duke of Sussex has gone mad. Candace was referring to Harry's claim in the book that he and his brother Prince William each have a lock of their mother's hair, which is cut from her head by her sister shortly after her passing. Number 6. Jason Williamson. Jason Williamson has gone the extra mile when it came to showing his dislike of Prince Harry when he wrote a scathing open letter that was published in Britain's most left-wing newspaper. When Jason decided to vent after learning that Harry was due to visit Nottingham, hometown, alongside of Meghan Markle for their first joint official engagement, the pair headed to the city to witness various charity initiatives in action. But it seems fair to say that Williamson wasn't feeling particularly charitable in his response. The outspoken frontman described Harry's engagement to Meghan in The Guardian as being heinously over-publicized and continued to bring up dark tendencies of Harry's ancestors and referred to him and his family as both being psychopaths and monsters. He would then conclude, "We are apologists, never-ending apologists, who will gush at Harry's perceived interest in the youth program he is currently involved with in the St. Anne's area. He doesn't give a toss about those people. This only serves to strengthen his family's position as relevant and merciful." He would then proceed to say, "Go home, Rambo. Nottingham doesn't need you." Number 5. Kirstie Allsopp. Location presenter Kirstie Allsopp took to Twitter on Sunday to slam both Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Following Harry's latest interview with ITV, the Duke of Sussex defended his explosive new memoir, Spare, during a talk with presenter Tom Bradby at his California home. After watching the interview, Kirstie would be left feeling entirely unimpressed with how Prince Harry came across and questioned his true intentions behind releasing the book. And she would say, "So they're in bed with the devil, but Harry's just chatting to Tom Bradby on primetime ITV for what?" Soon after her first initial tweet, she would then tweet, "What work? Your book? This interview? It isn't about service or charity. This is about you. Sick." And let's be honest, Harry and Meghan have briefed again. Number 4. Sharon Osbourne. Talk TV host Sharon Osbourne and her panel discussed clips from the Duke of Sussex explosive television interviews, which were broadcasted on CBS and ITV on Sunday. During the debate, Sharon noted that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's young children will grow up with no family on either parent's side. The 7-year-old then branded the situation as being ugly and very sad. During Tuesday's installment of her Talk TV show, Sharon claimed that the younger generation still supports Harry and Meghan's decision to start a new life in California. However, she added, older generations have definitely had it up to here with all the whining, and it's definitely just younger kids that still support them. She would then also remind the panel how all families argue and tell views, as it's normal to row with loved ones. Which is the truth. I have 5 siblings, and I know times get tough, but I would never air out our rows for the whole world to see, because that just seems a little bit childish, especially when you're trying to claim you want your family back in your life. Sharon would then note that the children will now be forced to grow up with no family, and it's just a terrible thing for any child to go through. Number 3. Kathy Griffin. Kathy Griffin was not impressed by how Prince Harry and Meghan Markle met, and even compared the royal to the controversial actor Armie Hammer. Kathy went on to say, "They met on freaking Instagram. Prince Harry was flipping through his Instagram, looking at hot brunettes like every other guy in LA. I'm disappointed. I thought it was going to be a great love story. Prince Harry is like Armie freaking Hammer. What if Prince Harry's the new House of Hammer?" With Armie recently being accused of sending some woman some pretty disturbing DMs, Kathy would go on to tease that her favorite thing would be comparing Harry to the disgraced actor, and she was seemingly only referring to the way he met Meghan and not the disturbing allegations that were made about Armie. Kathy would also go on to note that Meghan and Harry both keep acting like they can do so much good for the world, which is great and inspirational, but when's the last time a royal did anything that helped the world? And I'm honestly stumped when it comes to answering that question, but if you can answer it, let us know in the comments below. Number 2, Bethenny Frankel. Bethenny Frankel, an outspoken critic of Prince Harry and Meghan, explained why she is so obsessed with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex by saying it was because of a greater meaning. Bethenny would go on to explain that she feels Harry's bombshell memoir, Spare, in which he drags his royal family members, did more harm than good for him and his wife. Bethenny would go on to say, to scorch the earth and burn the bridges and handle a situation in such reckless, outrageous manner doesn't achieve the results. The royal family is more popular than they were before you started the circus. Bethenny would then go on to suggest that even if Harry was trying to highlight greater issues like racism and mental health struggles, he failed to make real change because the public is too focused on the drama of all of it. By saying the focus is on this whole massive charade versus the actual issues, versus anyone talking about actual racism in society as it pertains to this matter, or the mental health of it, of the sibling rivalry, or the relentlessness of the paparazzi, and in life and business. I've learned that you don't take every single opportunity to scorch and torch the joint. While Bethenny would then go on to slam the prince, she would also offer some sound advice when she said, you might be able to get further by playing chess and not checkers. While I've worked with many different people in my career, there have been issues that I would like to change. Instead of scorching the earth because I was scorned, I handled them professionally, and this is so much more important because this is about someone's family. And coming in at number 1 today, we have Paul Burrell. Paul Burrell hit back at the criticism from Prince Harry by saying he doesn't recognize the young man he sees today. In Harry's controversial memoir Spare, the Duke of Sussex said Diana's former butler was milking her, passing for money when he publicized his 2001 book, A Royal Duty, which contained a raft of private revelations. But appearing on Australian breakfast show Sunrise, Paul would say, I first met him in his mummy's tummy. I don't recognize the young man I see today. That's not the boy I knew. What I see now is an angry, petulant, privileged prince who is consistently blaming other people and not taking accountability for his own part. Speaking from his home in Florida, Paul would then go on to know that the Duke has changed fundamentally and that his mother would be appalled. She would be angry at these personal, vindictive revelations, which don't just undermine Harry but his country, his family, and the institution, which his mother was very proud of, and his late grandmother's legacy. Paul then went on to blame Harry's wife Meghan for the Duke's vindictive behavior, claiming she was the one driving him behind the scenes. Well, that's it for this video, my little peaches. Until the next one, remember to stay juicy.